Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing the ultimate 1980s Rolex rarity. This is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day-Date Tridor, reference 18039 BIC, with original Arabic day and Eastern Arabic numeral date. An extraordinary watch from an extraordinary line, made all the more so by the combination of the cognac sunburst dial with the Eastern Arabic and Arabic calendar system. Super exclusive. Back in the single quickset and first generation double quickset Day-Date era, you could get what was called the Tridor. Literally an abbreviation or conjunction of the French words for three and gold. It is a 3 gold center link president bracelet design where you have flanking rose gold, yellow gold, and in the center perfectly aligned white gold. 3 separate golds, not mechanically connected with screws or pins, but fused and molded together, a testament to the industrial might of Rolex. Now, fundamentally, it has the reference of a white gold day-date. So the case itself, as well as the outer links of the bracelet, are in white gold. The bezel, fluted yellow gold, and then we have that Tridor center link design. This watch was rarely offered because it was priced at a substantial premium over the already expensive white gold version of the Day-Date, and a lot of folks didn't see the purpose in spending the extra money. Well, add this dial and it becomes the ultimate rarity. Now, it's an 8.6 million serial number, so approximately 1985. That misses my birth year by 1, otherwise this would already be mine. And it's 36 millimeters in diameter. It's a nice traditionally sized Day-Date. 12.5 millimeters thick, lug tip to lug tip. It's 43.5 millimeters, end link to end link. The total distance across the wrist is 48 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. This is a generation of Day-Date that ran from 1977 to 1988. It's often described as a single quickset or transitional Rolex Day-Date, but you can see it's got that classical stance. So since the original Day-Date debuted back in the mid-1950s, the core model has always been 36 millimeters. This is definitely a man's watch, but because it is so short across the wrist, which you can really see here, as well as over the top, I recommend it for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. With its sloped bezel and thin profile, it easily slips underneath the cuff, so it's a dress watch, make no mistake. And while the watch is often nicknamed the President or Presidential, formally it has always been called the Day-Date. But the bracelet, since the original Day-Date of 1956, has always been properly named the President. It's a 3-link design that has the short link cross sections of a Jubilee, but with the physical solidity of the 3-link Oyster bracelet. Also, the Day-Dates were using solid end links and solid center links long before the other Rolex bracelets. So while the watch is vintage, it does have a modern feel on the wrist. There's a conforming end link to better mate it to the case, and like the center links of the bracelet, the end link features a Tridor center link. We have removable links that are fixed in place using screws. You can see that on both sides. And internally, a white gold friction fit snap shut Rolex crown clasp, so named because the only visible mark of the partition point is that 5-point Rolex coronet or crown, and it does close quite snappily, if I may invent a term. It snaps, it snicks, it shuts with precision and solidity. This watch has been minimally touched over the years. It doesn't have a lot of wear. It doesn't have a lot of evidence of refinishing. It's been refinished rarely and professionally. You can see that the lugs have symmetrical shape from end to end and side to side. Their volume and their shape entirely symmetrical, and there's still a sharp break between the satin on the lug hoods and the polish on the case flank. So the condition here really is excellent. You can also see that the fluting of the bezel remains sharp and well-defined all these years later. The crown is a Rolex twin lock in gold. You know that because it has 2 dots. That means a twin lock in gold. There is a solid gold case back. Back in the day, the watch would have been 100 meters water resistant. As I mentioned, these all feel more modern than other Rolex watches from the time, and it has a sapphire crystal to hammer home the point. Again, the Day-Date received that relatively early. We have a lovely sunburst Havana or cognac dial, depending on your preferred terminology. On the dial, you can see we have gold radially arrayed Roman numerals, including a watchmaker's 4. There's a white railroad track outboard for reading seconds and minutes. We have baton-style hands for indicating the hours and minutes. They're fluted down the center to make for better contrast. And we have a counterweighted lancet-style seconds hand. There's a cyclops eye magnifier, so you can read that gorgeous Eastern Arabic date. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure we're not in the day change danger zone there. And I'll demonstrate some of those dates for you. This is a single quick set date. So you have the ability to quick set the date, though we wouldn't get the double quick set until 1988. Now you can see all of those Eastern Arabic numerals. Combinations rarely seen on Eastern Arabic numeral dials because watch dials conventionally only go up to numeral 12. Here you have a full 31. And then of course we have an Arabic language day window up at the top. The watch does feature hacking or stop seconds. And inside it has the transitional manufactured caliber 3055. Automatic winding, it has a 4 hertz beat rate. This was the first generation high beat Day-Date. It was also the first generation Day-Date with a quick set system. It's got a 48-hour power reserve. It is a 5-position adjusted COSC Swiss chronometer adjusted in 5 positions, as all chronometer and high horology watches tend to be, and it has a free sprung balance with the adjustment done using Rolex Micro Stella nuts. It pivots on 27 jewels. It's transitional because it doesn't have a double quickset and it doesn't have a full dual anchored balance bridge. The watch, as is common with these transitional Rolex movements, sets in a counterclockwise direction. If you have a double quickset, a 3100 series movement, it will set in a clockwise direction. That's how you can always tell them apart even without opening the case. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.